Yo, welcome back to another video. It's your boy Corey the Man. Sorry, I gotta reload my tablet. We about to react to Power Rangers Cosmic Fury. Power Rangers is Cosmic Fury over? That took a while to say. Okay, so let's get right to it. Sorry, I was doing something. Here we go. This is by Morphin Masters.
Switch to Chrome to load your favorite sites fast, so you can browse with ease. Fast.
It has been announced for a long time that Cosmic Fury was going to be the last season of this stage of Power Rangers, since after this we were going to have a reboot of the franchise and the new universe was not going to have a relationship with the universe we have known during these 30 years. Even the producer of this season said that Cosmic Fury and the second season of Dino Fury were not going to be produced, but because the reboot projects were not complete, they had to make these two seasons to give the new producers time to finish the new projects. Although some media have said that the protests in Hollywood are over, I believe that they have not yet finalized all the agreements, since what they did was a provisional agreement. This means that they reached an agreement for now so that everyone does not continue to suffer losses and things can continue, but at any moment the protests can return to reach the true agreement that the actors and writers want. Because of this, keep in mind that this may cause the protests to start again and all the projects to be delayed, including the reboot of the Power Rangers. We don't know if they can work on a new season of Power Rangers with this, since, if they can't work on the reboot, then we assume they won't be able to work on a new season of the universe we know. In other news, they had also reported that we were not going to have anything about Power Rangers in 2024, but they never gave specific reasons for this decision, although it had been speculated that everything was due to the protests. According to the Cosmic Fury producer, if the protests ended soon, then it was very likely that we would possibly have a Power Rangers premiere at the end of 2024 or early 2025. All of this is only based on his experience, since he is not part of the new production and are only theories under your personal criteria. The interesting thing about all this is that some things were left in place to be able to create another Power Rangers project, whether it be a movie, a special episode, or a new season. We can analyze these three possibilities, since each of them has different challenges and different purposes as well. First, we must locate ourselves in the time of the events to be able to have a better idea of what has happened and understand everything that we are going to talk about later. The beginning of the special episode is located before the events of Dino Fury, since basically Rita's return was at that time, but after Trini's death, a year passes, and during this time the two seasons of Dino Fury take place. After the end of Dino Fury, 6 months pass for the events of Cosmic Fury. During those months the second battle with Rita Repulsa happened in the special episode. This is why we see that in the end Billy confirms that he is going to travel to the other planet, and this is how we were able to have him in the great battle of Cosmic Fury. All of this means that Billy's attempts to bring Zordon back date back to before Dino Fury, so the surprised look on his face in Cosmic Fury is what brings us to this entire issue. We already know that when Billy finds out in Cosmic Fury that Zordon is still out there somewhere and that Ian was able to talk to him, he is very surprised, since he had already tried to bring him back. This possibly filled Billy's head with ideas, and we know that this character never stops when he has those ideas. We could all see how desperate Billy was in the special episode to bring Zordon back, and he had only been stopped by what happened with Rita. He had basically lost hope.
Okay.
Having heard from Ian that Zordon still exists, This possibly filled him with hope again, and now he is certain that Zordon is still somewhere on the grid. All of this is what gives us a chance to have some other Power Rangers production with the universe we know, and this is the same thing that many fans have said.
Hey Simmers, stop what you're doing. Playing with mods just got easier, thanks to the curse word.
Many think that it is impossible for this to be the true ending of Power Rangers. Some fans even say that they should make a movie to conclude this entire story in the right way. This probably wouldn't have happened if Billy had celebrated with the other Rangers at the end of Cosmic Fury, but since we saw that he was left thinking about Zordon, now everyone thinks there must be a sequel. If Hasbro decides to make a movie to end the franchise, then we must think about who the protagonists would be and what the benefits of making this project would be. The first thing we should mention is that the movies have a better budget, so they could create something a little more impressive than what we saw in Cosmic Fury. By this I don't mean special effects, but being able to have the key actors to create an impact and being able to create moments like the legendary battle that was full of all the Rangers of the past.
Oh, he's talking about Megaforce.
The special episode was something very incredible, but this project did not have the budget that a movie has, so imagine if you created a movie with the same vision that you had in the special episode. Another advantage that a movie can have is that it would have a slightly longer duration than the special episode, so this will help us have a slightly more complete story with better development of some characters. The difference in special effects would also be evident, and we can notice this if we compare the special episode with the 2017 movie. This movie had incredible special effects, starting from the Zords, which, despite their terrible design, the texture and lighting were incredible. However, this was one of the biggest problems of the special episode, since the CGI of the Megazord was not of a high level, and this is probably due to lack of budget. Perhaps, many fans feel satisfied with the closing of this stage of Power Rangers. We would have to have a legendary battle, but not like the one we had in Megaforce, but like the one we saw in Avengers Endgame. A battle where we can see all the Rangers of the past, Zords, and Megazords fighting together against some powerful villains. I thought the end of Cosmic Fury was going to be a fight against Lord Zed after his new transformation, which was so powerful that he was able to destroy the Zords easily. This would have been good material to create a legendary battle using all the tools of the Rangers, combining weapons, and combining many Zords from different eras. This could be material to create a full season, but the biggest problem we have is that the series never provides such a high budget in this franchise. This is the same thing that happens with a special episode, since if we had a 50-minute episode, but with the budget of a movie, it would be spectacular. The story may be about the new powerful Lord Zed and the return of Zordon to face him. These two titans could create the best battle we can see in all of history, and with them we would have many Rangers and villains. This could be the perfect closure for a franchise that has 30 years of history. Some of these ideas have even been given by the fans themselves, and something like this is what Power Rangers deserved. Obviously, we do not blame the producers, since they do what they can with the budget they are given and the circumstances that exist, since sometimes you cannot get everything you want to create a production. For now, we can only wait to see what happens with the franchise, and in this way we will know if Cosmic Fury is the true closure of Power Rangers. Write in the comments what would be the perfect ending for you. Like this video and subscribe for more Power Rangers projects.
We're gonna watch this video as well while we got it.
You really food inspector?
As far as you know, yeah.
Then inspect.
I didn't mean to watch
Now
this
that
one.
Cosmic Fury has been released, let's make a comparison with the other project we had earlier this year, the special episode celebrating 30 years of the franchise. If you haven't seen Cosmic Fury, be warned that from now on there will be spoilers. We got to see the special episode back in April, and it was one of the best Power Rangers productions we had. Cosmic Fury was just recently released, and it was also one of the best seasons we've had in the entire history of the franchise. This means that both productions are excellent to be able to make a fair comparison, as they have many similarities, and the differences are few. You must remember that we are not doing this to create a competition between both productions. Let's remember that both projects were created by the same people, and we just want to see which project was better for pure entertainment. Let's start talking about the similarities that each project has, and the first thing we have already mentioned, both projects were created by the same people. We can also mention that each project is related to the celebration of the 30 years of history of the franchise, since the special episode is to celebrate the anniversary and Cosmic Fury is to end Power Rangers. Another thing that is very similar is that Billy, the Blue Ranger from Mighty Morphin, is an important character in both productions and is a key member of both teams. We should also mention that the main villains of each project are the same villains that Mighty Morphin had, but now they were only separated, one for each project, and both got together at the end of Cosmic Fury. Now let's mention some differences that are very evident and that are possibly the most difficult things to make a fair comparison. The first thing we can mention is the length of each project, as the special episode is only 50 minutes long, basically the same as 2 regular Power Rangers episodes.
Just about.
However, Cosmic Fury is a full season with 10 episodes of 25 minutes each, which is a total of 4 hours or so. Basically, Cosmic Fury is 4 times the length of the special episode, which gives it a distinct advantage in being able to tell a more complete story, and this is part of an unfair comparison in this regard. One advantage the special episode had is that it is created with a lot of nostalgia, and this touches the heart of any fan. Cosmic Fury uses a bit of nostalgia by adding some Rangers from the past and also some old Megazords, but still, this is not enough nostalgia to be equal to the special episode. Another advantage Cosmic Fury has is that it is the current series, and many fans were looking forward to this season. However, the special episode comes from a very old series, and many fans of this series are no longer interested in watching Power Rangers. Despite this, being an old series could also be an advantage if we look at it from another perspective, as many fans who are now adults started watching the special episode, but also current fans of the franchise joined in. For now, we don't know which of these 2 projects has been more successful, since Cosmic Fury was just recently released. I think it was once and all. The result of its numbers.
There was nothing bad about it.
In the special episode, we could see that it had excellent numbers, and it also positioned very well on the Netflix platform. Yes. At least we can say that Cosmic Fury has been highly anticipated by many fans, and since it has the advantage of being the last season of the Power Ranger story, then many fans are going to want to watch it just for that detail. Let's talk about the good and bad things about each of these projects to conclude which one could have been better. Let's start with the most recent one. Cosmic Fury had a lot of positives and very few negatives.
A lot of negatives.
The best thing it had is that here we could see Zordon, and even though we were seeing Zyto's body, it was still excellent to know that it was him.
Really? This your plan for movie night?
Yeah, I got rid of our cable internet.
Another very good thing was the transformation of Lord Zed, and we had previously mentioned that they should have done this a long time ago. The transformation of a monster to show him with more power and with another appearance is one of the best things a series can have in a fantasy world. Introducing the transformed Dark Ranger was another positive thing that this series had, since we had never been able to see this Ranger in his costume. We also got to see Zyto as a Morphin Master, which shows us the evolution of a Ranger in a way we had never seen before. We must also say that Cosmic Fury had the challenge of making a complete season without relying on the Japanese series and was able to prove that they did not need that series since they did an excellent job.
With,
the weapons and costumes of Cosmic Fury were a very impressive part, including the moment when they put all the weapons together. Among the negative things that the series may have had is that the Zords were not impressive. Basically, there were too many of them and the Rangers didn't have a specific Zord. We can also mention that one of the villains has been one of the worst villains in the history of Power Rangers due to her terrible dumb teenager personality. These are the positive and negative points of Cosmic Fury, so now let's talk about the special episode. In the 30th anniversary celebration, we were able to see the return of the most famous team of the whole franchise, and we felt again that excitement when we were kids, something that is very difficult to feel with any current series. This emotion obviously goes hand in hand with nostalgia, and that is why Cosmic Fury was not going to make us feel that. Another positive thing we had was being able to pay tribute to those actors who had passed away, which led to a very emotional moment that we will never forget. The special effects on both projects were very good, but because we had never been able to see the Mighty Morphin team with good modern special effects before, we were much more excited about the special episode. The story of the special episode had a stronger impact as it was all about emotions, love and touching the hearts of the fans. Remember that we had the story of a daughter who lost her mother and at the same time was able to be worthy of receiving the power of the grid. We also got to see the development of these old characters, how they had matured, and how much they had changed over the years. The return of Zordon in the special episode was also very impactful as it was the beginning of the first attempt to see this character again, and even though we didn't get to see him, he was also present throughout the episode. A great advantage that the special episode had is that it was directed for an adult audience, so we were able to see the Rangers in another way, and this changed our perspective of seeing our heroes. The negative things that the special episode had is that the animation of the Megazord was not very good, and because that battle was very important, this detracted some points from the episode. Another negative thing is that we didn't get to see all the original actors, and no matter what reason each of them had, it's still a negative thing that the project had. The last negative thing I will mention is that the character of Rita Repulsa was something very original, but having the robot face was not good for the character. One of the best things about Rita are her facial expressions, and with a robot face this was impossible. In conclusion, both projects are impressive. They are not perfect, but they have accomplished the mission of giving us a show to celebrate these 30 years of the franchise. We would have liked to see a lot of Rangers in each project, and I think this was the biggest flaw each one had. It's very difficult to choose the best one, but I think Cosmic Fury was more balanced as it gave us everything a Power Rangers project needs. Write in the comments which one is better for you, like this video and subscribe for more Power Rangers comparisons.
Thank y'all for watching. I'm Steve.